So you want to know if Babbzy's going to be in Barbados for the Barbados 50 festivities? Nah, we ain't really going to be about there though. There's a reason why. Well, a few reasons why. And if you want to know them, you need to watch this video.
Senile, Babbzy since your born say you spoil. Go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy. I want your blog them up slowly and shake up the merchandise. Go Babbzy, go Babbzy, go Babbzy. I say to blog them up slowly and shake up the.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl Babbzy Bout here, doe. Yeah, you're probably wondering what the hell I'm doing in Toronto. It's Barbados 50. And I'm still in Toronto, right? And you would think that the #1 Caribbean blogger in the world, who's Bajan-ish, would be in Barbados for Barbados 50. But nah, we ain't bout there. I can tell you why in a few minutes. But before I get into my rant, make sure you are following me on Instagram. My name is Strictly Babbzy, as well as on Twitter, Snapchat, all my social media outlets. My name is Strictly Babbzy, except for Facebook. My name is Babbzy at large. Make sure you pause this video right now and click the subscribe button below, because I find a lot of you know that my video comes up in the recommended column, but you're not following me. So if you want to know and get a notification when I do my video Mondays and Wednesdays, make sure you just subscribe to me right here. You understand what I'm saying? So, people, hold on. Now, I, for one, was feeling kind of on the fence about doing this rap, because I'm like, should I do this? Should I not do this? But I think the people have a right to know the truth. Well, my truth, at least, which is the truth. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm not going to be in Barbados for Barbados 50 Independence. I've been blogging for 6 years. I've never done a Barbados Independence event. I don't do Bajan events up here in Canada. For whatever reason, people have their own beliefs as to why I shouldn't do work with them. And I just want to let you guys know before I do this video and get real deep into it, I'm not hurt by none of this, eh? Like, last week I was at a Grenadian event and I got a complimentary ticket for Lava Man, because the Grenadian Canadian Association is like, yeah, we need you here. We need you here. We need you to stream live. We need to make sure that you're at Grenada Day 2017. It's 2016 November though, and you booking me for like 10 months from now, because they realize that the attention is on people like me. We're in Barbados, they don't want the attention to be on people like me, so they're swimming against the tide, and the rest of the people are swimming with the tide. And I'm going to give you a few examples. It might sound a little rambly. I apologize. Big up Excellent Extensions that did my hair. I look good, eh? I look Indian. Oh God, you know Bentley had good hair, right? So does Diana. So does Dwayne. I just get the Rwanda nap. But I just feel like Barbados is kind of slacking in a lot of areas, especially when it comes to leadership, the people running the place, the Prime Minister, Frondel. Probably a very nice guy in real life. He's not a leader, struggling hard to understand how he got reelected. And what's even worse is that there's a very good damn chance he might get reelected again. Stranger things have happened. Donald Trump is president of the United States of America. So for me, when I sit back and I watch things, I'm the kind of person that's like this. I don't believe in following. I believe in leading. And I believe that if you want to be a winner out here and be the best at something, you can't sit back and watch what people are doing. You have to create your own path. So for me, like when I saw there were no Bajan people blogging, I picked up a camera and I started to do this thing. And I was like, yeah, I'm #1, baby, in the world, right? So they say. I don't know how they rank this shit, but if I had sat down and waited for somebody else, maybe I wouldn't be where I am today, and maybe I wouldn't be as accomplished as I am as a blogger, okay, or a public figure, an author, a humanitarian. I don't want to toot my own horn because this video is not really about me, but I don't think Bajan organizations realize the power of somebody like me, and it's not my job to sit there and fight with some 65-year-old person that probably doesn't even have a Facebook page about how influential someone like me or people like me are to Barbados and how much they could help. I don't think you guys have a clue how much people on an average day message me about accommodation in Barbados, about what to do when they get there, about what they need to bring when they get there, about where to visit when they're there, what's the water like, what's this like, and it's like every single day I am the point of contact for everything Bajan. People message me that don't don't even follow me. They're like, I got your name from this person. I need to stay somewhere. My great grandfather died and I'd never been to Barbados before and I'm scared. And I'm sitting there counseling these people. Probably the number one voice in media right now for Barbados is me. Rihanna is not a media voice. She's probably bigger than me when it comes to something Bajan, but media voice is probably me. I don't do work with Bajan organizations, and as I said, there's reasons why. I don't know why they are. I've never really analyzed them. I just go with people who want to work with me. And as I said, I find looking at things from where I am, you're just not using what everybody else is using. You're still trying to fight with CBC. Like, people are not watching Channel 8 no more. People are not watching multi-choice in Barbados no more. I don't know if you think that they are, they're not. So running ads on CBC makes no sense. And I'm not here trying to put CBC out of business, but I'm telling you that running an ad on CBC, how many people watch commercials in this day and age right now, sitting down, be like, oh yeah, this segment's done, let me watch the commercials. You get up, you pee, you go and you cook, you go and do a whole bunch of things. No one's watching your ad on CBC that you're paying $5,000, $10,000 for, wasting money. No one buys newspapers anymore. Very rare will you see somebody go and pick up a newspaper. Loop Barbados has this locked down. They be sending notifications. I'm like at work, traffic jam in Warrens. And I'm in Canada. Like, they out here revolutionizing news. You know what I mean? So it's like, but everybody who's leading is still focusing on these mediums that just don't work anymore, and it's because of incompetence, and that's just strictly what it is. And it's like, no disrespect, I know you're 65, I know you probably scored very high on your common entrance exam back in 1960, but you're just not really in the times that we're in now to make things work. So you want tourists to come in, there's a way to get them, not by running an ad in SunQuest magazine. No one's looking at SunQuest magazine, I'm telling you that right now. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna keep these incompetent people in lead positions, making decisions, and then stifling the youth in Barbados? Right now, right, I'm going to tell you something. The amount of intelligent people in Barbados who are my age, 35, 36, 37, that want to spread their wings and fly but can't, because they know they live in a society where they don't have a brand name last name. They didn't go to a top school, but they have these great ideas about how to make this work and that work. And it's like they know that they won't be listened to because there's some ignorant person in some high job who is clueless to what they're talking about, and they're gonna make the person who's my age feel like what they're talking about is crap when what they're talking about could actually probably save your nation. You know, I'm watching issues with water in Barbados. In 2016, half of the island's not getting water, and I'm not understanding what the problem is. Like, there should be something that's like, the problem is X, the strategy to resolve X is Y, the length of time to resolve Y is Z. Where's that? But you're charging people thousands of dollars every month for water, and they're not even getting water out of their tap. So it's like, what's going on here? Why can't this be resolved? Because there's somebody who's in charge that doesn't want to resolve it. And that's just how it is in Barbados. So I look at a lot of people who are younger than me, who have their dreams crushed before they're even in adulthood, because they didn't score well on their common entrance exam, and they didn't go to the best school. And now they feel like they're a loser because of it, because society has labeled these schools as top people and these schools as loser people. And now you have somebody who gives up on trying to be something big in life from age 14 because they didn't go to a good school. So it's like a lot of work that needs to be done. But it's incompetence that's really, really, really at the forefront of a lot of the problems that are going on in Barbados right now. I called this back in the day when the election happened, and I was like, I don't know if you really want to put these DLP people in office, because I don't really think there's anybody out here that really know economics the way that Clyde Maskell does. You need Clyde Maskell. You need him. You need him. I don't care if he's a B, a Z, you need him. He is the only motherfucker on that island right now that will save you guys. You need to find a way to make him work with y'all somehow. If you really want to save Barbados, I don't get the impression that you want to save it. I don't think you care about the people who haven't gotten their income tax back. I don't think you care about that you lied and said you weren't going to cut the jobs for the government, and then you cut out 3,000 people. So now you see crime on the rise. Why is crime on the rise? People are broke. How do you think people are going to sustain their life? They're going to start robbing and killing and shooting to survive. That's how it works. NIS has no money. This person has no money. How do you think people survive with no money? Desperate times call for desperate measures. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to see that, but for whatever reason in Barbados, these people don't really care about what's going on. The only way I can really describe about being up to the times is like Andrew Holness, Prime Minister of Jamaica. This man's social media campaign was down. You want to know why? Because he knew that the votes that would come from people who are undecided, those people are on Facebook and Instagram. So those were the people he targeted with his social media campaign. Nobody's going to be like, I'm on this side and I'm on that side. These young folks are like, let me see what his Instagram looks like. That's prime example of somebody who used modern times to win what they were aiming for. So when I look at Soca Monarch culturally, right? All over the world I travel. I go this place, I go that place, I go all over. Barbados is the only nation that has no real oomph in their Soca Royale. Why? Well, first and foremost, your host, Mac Fingal, right? Who's been hosting since, let me just say 1988. I don't think one person buys a ticket to go to Soca Royale to see Mac Fingal. I could be wrong. But I don't think anyone's buying tickets to see Mac Fingal. I personally love Mac Fingal. You know, Red Plastic Bag is my artist. But if you want to get real about life, why is Mac Fingal hosting Soca Royale? I'm sure there are people like XL and Lord Zen who could probably pull in some people if they hosted Soca Monarch. Probably pull in people internationally that follow them if they hosted Soca Monarch. But you're not there. You're like, oh, let me just go with Mac Fingal because we know him and it's not working. You guys are not, you cannot stay in the 1980s and expect to excel in a society now where it's 1,010% different than the way things were in the 80s. So either you Barbados get on the page of now and realize that you don't like Babbzy. Babbzy didn't go to Courage and Parry or Queen's College or one of these places, but for some fucking reason, this whole ass motherfucker got people following her. What are we going to do and how are we going to work with her? Because we need to work with her. Because we need to get the people to listen to what we have to say. And she's got them. So what do? It's really kind of simple. So people like Jessica Martindale, she's going to kill me, who is probably the smartest person on the island of Barbados. Well, maybe in the top 10. She can't get a job in Barbados because every time she goes for a job interview, people are automatically threatened by how intelligent she is. So instead of bringing her on and saying, yes, let's work with her, they're like, no, because they obviously don't want someone like her showing them up and showing how incompetent they really are. So she now is left to figure out other ways and means of surviving in Barbados. But I work with her. Because I'm smart enough to know that that's the motherfucker I want on my team. Somebody smarter than me. Because everybody on my team is smarter than me. I don't know if you knew that. And I'm fucking smart. I don't know if you knew that. You know what I mean? Sherry Ann Norris. She gonna kill me too. This motherfucker learned to sew overnight and is making outfit every day, and a bed hasn't pulled her in yet and been like, you need to be the face of our company. Because they don't understand what someone like Sherry Ann Norris could do for them. Another friggin' intelligent ass motherfucker. But you all don't like her because she curses, right? But the children she's tutoring getting straight A's and in their first semester for school, and they're like, yeah, they doing well. Because you studying that she cursing, right? So, I don't know. That's just my rant. I'm not going to be out there. I'm going to be at Hennessy Artistry. Hennessy Artistry is going to have Beenie Man, Bounty Killa, Lauryn Hill, Tarrus Riley, Aidonia, December the 3rd and December the 4th. December the 3rd is at Kensington Oval. December the 4th is at the beach. Something Cove. I think it's the old, I don't know the address. Somebody gonna link it down below for me. But that's what I'm going to be in Barbados for. So I'm going to be at the reggae festival that they're having there, as opposed to being at the Barbados 50. I hope one day we can all come together and work together. But as for me, I roll with the motherfuckers that roll with me. So no, I didn't go to no top school. No, I didn't, come from no brand name family. But I get shit done. You want to get shit done? Link me. If you want to pop a set and pretend, then do something different. Because to me, I don't get why you want to fuck with a motherfucker who playing pretty that ain't pretty, instead of fuck with a motherfucker who playing pretty but is pretty. That's my message for the day. Barbados, have a wonderful independence. I did this video a little bit early because I know I'm going to be traveling and doing some things. No hard feelings. Barbados is still one of the most beautiful islands in the entire world. The people are lovely and they're beautiful. But as it comes from society progressing to that next level, they got to kick out some of these incompetent ass motherfuckers out here leading this nation, because they are clueless to what's going on in the rest of the world. And if you have to keep looking at what other people are doing, you are going to struggle. Get some people that know how to friggin' build their own path and make the dirt road up in Hillaby, because the main road is washed away and something or other, right? Let me don't ramble anymore. Mwah. See you guys next week. Love you. Mondays and Wednesdays. Don't forget to subscribe. Gone.
Me and John Bossy.